On the Mail tab, we can see every communication or automatic emails that has been sent out to the guest or to anybody else for that matter. So now I can see that the John has gotten a message for 20 John Street checking instruction, and that was sent on 11th September at this time. And let's say if he calls us and says, I never got the checking instruction, we simply verify that that is their email address, and if it is, you just click resend. And it will automatically populate all the information about John, all the checking instruction, all the information that they need, and you can simply click send. What I want to show you here is also, if you notice, John is getting a link with an to reserve a parking spot. So I sell parking spots separately as an add-on, and if they want to reserve a parking spot, they can simply click on this, and that will open up a parking reservation form calendar. So let's say now he's looking from the 28th to 29, and there's one parking available there, so you can click it, book, and you can just put in the information here. You click confirm, and it will take you to the next page where you put your payment information, and the payment will be coming to me as a PayPal or as or Stripe, or however you have this set up on your side. So, and then just cancel this for now. And I can see that John's going to get another check-in reminder on the 22nd of September, and he will be getting a follow-up email on the 23rd, and he will be getting a review request on the 26th. And let's say if I want to verify John's ID or I'm not comfortable, then I can always, it's a manual, it's not automatic, but I can just click send now, and it will send John an email for asking them that to send us their photo ID for verification. If I go to the log tab, this will show you all the history that has happened with the bookings, or will show you any changes, any modifications, so you have a history of the entire bookings activities. Now, if you notice here, all the bookings are blue, but I see I have one yellow booking, and if you want to understand what that means, let's go ahead and open that. So I usually yellow bookings are not verified and paid. What this means that for Booking.com bookings, for example, we collect the payment, but sometimes we want to verify their ID and the credit card to make sure that they are the authorized card holder that are using it. So when the booking flag is not verified and paid, we have an automatic email that goes out asking the guest to send their ID. And once the guest has emailed us back their ID, and we confirm that's the person making the booking, we can go ahead and change this to verified and paid. This converts the booking into blue, and if it's blue, that means the check-in instruction can be sent out. So no check instructions sent out unless the booking flag is verified and paid. Again, you can add different flags that you want based on how you do your operation. So that is about it on the calendar side. But let's say this is a little too complicated to advance and you want a simple calendar. You can go to the booking drag and drop, and this kind of gives you a simple calendar view of your bookings in a simple manner. And the good thing about this is you can also allows you drag and drop. So let's say Laura, you want to move it to a different location, you can simply drag and drop it, or a different room. Guests, here you will have the history of all guests that reserved on your property. If you want to search a guest app, you can see the full history of every guest that ever reserved with you. Or if you want to export as a CSV, maybe you want to send an email campaign or something like that, you have access to download the entire guest history. Rates, you can create multiple rates for different events, seasons, time periods. So here I can say I have film festival event, New Year's Eve, Valentine's Day. You can create different rates that in advance, so that when you get a booking, you're getting the booking at the right rate. In the reports, there is standard report. There's a report for housekeeping and guests. There's a report for occupancy, and there's financial report. But let's say you don't like the reports and you want some specific things on your own report, you can go ahead and just create a custom report and choose what information you want to show. So let's say you want to you want to show the room ID, you want to show the first night, you want to show the last night, you want to show number of guests, or whatever you want. You can create your own report, your custom report, and give it a name, and you can automatically generate that report for yourself. Or in case you have owners to report to, then you can send that report to owners as well. Now, if I go to settings is pretty much where we control a lot of the settings of the properties and the rooms and the setup. So here I can see all my properties, and if I go to rooms, I can see all the rooms in each property, and so I could choose a location, and it will show me all the rooms that are in that location. Let's say, for example, I have you have an entire house, and in the entire house that you want to create dependency, because you sell the entire house as entirely, or you sell it as separate rooms. So you can always create a dependency that says that this room is this room, in order for this unit to be booked, the following rooms has to be available, and you choose which ones have to be available, so that way you're not getting double bookings when you have a large house with multiple rooms or entire place that you're renting out. Now you can also create your upsell items here. And in the upsell items, I have my cleaning fee, taxes. I can say you can have what activities, and put your price, and you can choose if it's mandatory or optional. And when people are booking directly on your website, they have this option to choose any upsell items as well. Voucher codes, again, if you have a lot of repeat guests, repeat customers, you can create a voucher code or a coupon that they can use when they're booking to get a discount for being a loyal guest, for example. And when it comes to payments, you have the option to collect payments through different payment processors. So the major ones are Stripe, PayPal, Paymill, but Authorize.net. Or if you have any other ones, then you can also build an integration with other payment processors that you want to use as well. Now, under booking page, by default, you get a website. I'll show you an example of the website. So this is a kind of website that you'll get by default, and it will be the availability are exactly as how you set up in your system. So it's your same price that you have going out, or if you want to change different prices to your website than you show to Airbnb or Booking.com, then you have the option to have different prices as well. So on the booking page, you can upload the pictures, you can change the design if you want. Let me just show you here. You can change the style, the layout, the content of it. And if say for example you already have an existing website, but you want a widget, that you can simply just use the widget here, and you can go ahead and get the HTML code for it and copy and paste that code on your website. So you will have a book now button where people can actually see your availability, choose it, and then when they click book now, it will take them to the booking site. Or for example, if you want the entire booking system on your own website, you can just get the code and paste it on your website, so you have this entire booking website within your website. Guest management is where a lot of the communication happen when it comes to automatic emails and triggers. So here you can see that I have all my automatic emails. I'll show you how it's done. So trigger is what makes the action happen. So this is where you put the conditions. So any booking for this for this property for 12 York, all the rooms, and the trigger event is booking to check-in. Trigger time is immediate, and time window is 365. And booking sources, I can choose whether it's for all booking sources or just specific booking source. And the person must be between from checking in and checking out from this date. And here's the interesting part: is flag text. Earlier, I showed you that the check-in instruction only gets sent out to guests who have verified and paid status, the flag text. So this email will not be sent out unless it meets all the conditions above, and including verified and paid. And in the email tab here, I can have, this is where the email goes out. So this email only goes out if it meets the conditions that are set here. Let's say you want to also send an SMS instead of an email, or in addition to the email, you can always again enable your SMS notification, and you can put the guest phone number, and in the message that you want, it will automatically pull the guest phone number and send an SMS message to the guest as well if you want to. And when this action takes place, maybe you want to change the color of the booking, or you want to change the flag of the booking into different things. So you have the option to do that when the trigger is met. So that way you know by looking at the color of the booking what state it's in. In the invoice tab, let's say you want to add additional charge items if it meets those conditions. So any booking that meets this condition, maybe they're supposed to pay a fee for linens. So you can automatically generate that invoice that will be added to their invoice. Now that's the guest management. Now let's move to channel manager. Here's a list of all our channel managers.